Have you ever heard of Dave Ramsey? A lot of us have heard of Dave Ramsey, but he is someone that wasn't super popular like 5 years ago, but over the last few years, boy, he's really taken a leadership position even within the real estate industry. So who's Dave Ramsey? So Dave Ramsey is a financial author, he's a consultant, he's a coach, he has a podcast, he has a radio program, highly syndicated across the country in many different media outlets. So what Dave Ramsey is doing is interesting because a lot of people don't know that he's now earning upwards of $40 million a year just in real estate referrals. So what he's doing is he positions himself as someone that's the expert, and then people come and say, hey, who does Dave Ramsey trust in each of the markets to list my home? He then collects a referral fee by referring agents to his audiences. What a brilliant idea. But what's really interesting about this when we take a hard look at it is what Dave has done. Dave has created something with his audience which we all want to create. We don't want to be waiting for referrals from Dave Ramsey or anyone else. We want to be the one that people look at as the expert. We want to be the Dave Ramseys of our individual markets. So what Dave has done is he's created a position of authority and trust. Two key elements that we need to have within our own real estate spheres of influence within our own communities. Now, how do you do that? Well, one way you can do that is by knowing your numbers and then communicating those numbers to the marketplace. I'm going to give you three things that we may not be doing enough of right now in our own markets. Number one is being really visible on social media. Now remember, visibility is more important than ability. We all have agents in our community that kind of suck. They're not great agents, but they're crushing it because they're highly visible on social media. Visibility, more important than ability. We also have some great agents, maybe you, lots of designations, highly ethical, great agents, do amazing raving fan level service, but they're not doing a really well in the market. And the reason is because they're not visible on social media. So visibility, get out there and be visible. And then you're going to communicate some good information about the market so you establish authority and trust. Another thing we should be doing is a regular email to our entire database. How many of us have been doing a regular email throughout 2021? Every single month, for some of you, every single week, where you're communicating market numbers and market stats, engaging that level of authority and trust with your database. Super important. And third is good old-fashioned pieces of mail, something that people get in the mailbox that again talks about market stats and actually positions you as that person that's a preeminent expert in the market. Now, what are the numbers you should be communicating in these three formats? I'm going to give you the numbers you should know cold in your market, and good news, they're delivered to you from your MLS every single month. Right? So every single month, a day of the month, they're going to come out. In my market, it's around the 10th of every month where I'm going to get this data. So when we get this data, here's what we're looking for. Average days on market in my market area. What's the average days? My market's 18, could be my median market time's 4 days, but the average market time's 14 days. If we look at average sales price in your market, what's that? How about the list to sales price difference? My market, it's now 100%. People getting 100% what they're asking. Some of you may be at 104%, but know that number. And last is rates of appreciation. How fast is the appreciation rate happening in your community? Is it 14% a year, 15% a year? You can go deeper on that and go to hyperlocal and drill down into specific communities as well, which is even more powerful. But take a look at that. Become the Dave Ramsey of your market by having those three channels that you may not be doing enough of: social media, emails, and physical mail to your database, and be showing off those numbers. Take that authority position and that position of trust with your community. Now, if you want more ideas like this, I'd love to have you check us out over at eRealEstateCoach.com and check out our Path Performance Coaching platform. It is the fastest growing platform in the country, and we've got some amazing tools for you there. First of all, we're going to give you 2 weeks free just to check it out, take it for a test drive. But once you're inside the program, you're going to see we have 16 weeks of coaching, really in-depth, taking you every single day for 16 weeks through all kinds of lead generation techniques and tactics and strategies used by the top producers around the country. We combine that with downloads, so you're going to get texts and emails and social media strategies, everything you could look at, drip campaigns, presentation materials, all for you. And then we combine that with live coaching 3 times a week, 150 coaching sessions a year for you to tap into, really dive deep into your business. Don't just keep working in your business, start working on your business with a coach, right? It's one of the most affordable coaching programs in the country. And as I said, first 2 weeks is free. Love to see you over there. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time right here at eRealEstateCoach.com.